Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste and a very warm welcome to yet another session in this Global Festival of Oneness. Today in this session we have with us Swami Vedatattvananda Puri ji. We are very grateful to you, Swamiji, for agreeing for this session. And he'll be talking about a very important project as far as Vedanta and the celebration of Shankaracharya is concerned. That is Ekatma Dham project, which is coming up in Madhya Pradesh. So he will be talking about that project and what all the things are, how the project is going on, what are the different aspects of the project, the vision, the mission, etc. But before I open the discussion to him, just a brief introduction to Swamiji. Swami Vedatattvananda Puri ji has completed BE Mechanical from College of Engineering, Pune. He took to monastic life at the age of 23 in 1998, and since then he has stayed in Ramakrishna Mission for 22 years. He was at Belur Math for 16 years, and then he worked as a principal of Vivekananda Veda Vidyalaya for 6 years. He was also the coordinator of Department of Sanskrit Studies at Vivekananda University, Belur Math for 4 years. Swamiji's fields of study and interest include Sanskrit language, its grammar, Indian philosophy in general, with special focus on Nyaya and Vedanta Darshana. At present, Swamiji is the member of ERIC, that is Educational Research and Innovations Committee, NCRT, and he is also the resident Acharya at Acharya Shankar Sanskritik Ekta Nyas, Bhopal for Omkareshwar project. Again, Swamiji, very warm welcome to you. You can start the session. We are very grateful to have you here.
ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Namaste to all. Today's session is arranged for introducing the Ekatma Dham project of Government of Madhya Pradesh. The basic idea behind the project is propagation of the idea of oneness. With philosophical introduction necessary, the world is considering that each individual is separate from other, and someone is better and someone is lower self. And this fundamental postulate or the dogma, which leads to feeling of separateness. I am separate from other. And that leads to hatred and all sorts of the problems of the world. But as the Advaita Vedanta made popular by Acharya Shankar, because he is not the first person to bring the ideas to forefront, so popularized by Shankaracharya, that the nature of soul and the real nature of the Paramatma is one. It's not just similar, but it's one. And all the selves or the souls are one, essentially at their pure level. At this body level, since we consider ourselves to be a body, mind, or the complex, at that level we are never one, not possible. That is accepted by Advaita Vedanta very well. However, this is not our real nature. And at the level of real nature, there is only one Atman. Everybody has that same Atman manifesting through this body-mind complex. So on the basis of this, every individual which I see around, when I look at that individual as from the standpoint of body, he is separate from me. And if I consider myself to be this body, I am also separate from him. But real nature of mind and any soul in front of me, anybody in front of me, is that one Atman. I am that Atman, and that the person or any sentient being in front of me, its Atman, is essentially one. This leads to a new thought system that one Atman is manifesting through this body, and the same Atman is manifesting through other bodies as well. So, whom do I hate? To myself. I am hating myself. So, that cannot be. This leads to the acceptance that the selves, as they appear, that is just an appearance. At the basic level, they are one. This is idea of oneness. The philosophical idea of oneness. This is the core idea. If this is accepted, the various social, religious, etc. problems, the moment one thinks to loot other, to dominate others, in that case, this idea will not allow to do so. And because this only is the idea which can save the world from all the issues cropping up due to the superiority or inferiority. And that's why this is to be popular. And to popularize that, Madhya Pradesh government took up a project how to do that. So naturally, some mechanism is necessary. There are many books, curriculums, courses, etc. Those are also there in place, going on, doing their contribution. So some monument dedicated to the idea is very essential. And because of that, a monument is thought, and that is named as Ekatma Dham. It's actually to carry out the construction work and all the related things as per the necessities of the law of the land. Madhya Pradesh government established one trust. Acharya Shankar Sanskritik Ekatanyas is the name of the trust. Acharya Shankar Sanskritik Ekatanyas. If translated to English, Acharya Shankar Cultural Unity Trust, sort of. Though it is not that way translated originally, but that will be the meaning. And that trust is now, that trust has taken over the project. Its execution is given to Madhya Pradesh Tourism Department, MPSTDC, Madhya Pradesh Tourism and Development Corporation. So they are actually executing it. And the project site is Omkareshwar. So we'll be heading towards that. Before that, I will take you through a short video, a documentary, which introduces various aspects in general. So I'll share the screen and then
Name Vesharagam, Name Lobhamukam, Mado Naiva Me Naiva Matsarya Bhava, Na Dharmo Na Jartho, Na Kamo Na Moksha, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham.
Infinite cosmos of Bharatiya Sanskriti is filled with shining stars and constellations, the brightest of which appeared centuries ago in the small village of Kalani in Kerala. Shankar, a child who set off on a journey to Omkareshwar, treading 2,000 miles of wilderness and extremities to meet his Guru, Bhagavadpada, at the age of just 8. Initiated by his Guru Shankar, now known as Shankar Bhagavadpada, and Bhagavadpada Jagadguru, a ground rule of the land of Bharat. He went on to establish the 4 great monks in all the 4 corners of Bharat and revive ancient temples.
Swamiji, sorry to interrupt you. Some audio is not coming properly. Can you please check the system volume once on the right side? Now please play.
Sannyasi tradition.
Yes, thank you.
Shankar,
Please make it full screen.
breathing a new life into the withering Sanatan Dham Parampara. Shankar Bhagavadpada was the most exceptional cultural unifier and exponent of Advaita Vedanta that Bharat has ever seen. He united India through a singular cultural thread and came to be revered as Adi Guru. Today, a new flame of his Advaita Vedanta is being reignited in Omkareshwar, the Gyan Bhumi of this great soul.
अद्वैत वेदांत जन जन तक पहुंचे और आम आदमी भी उससे समझ पाए, जनमानस उससे प्रेरणा ले पाए। इसलिए हमने फैसला किया, सरकार ने फैसला किया कि जहां आदि गुरु शंकराचार्य जी को गुरु मिले और जहां से उन्होंने प्रयाण किया अद्वैत वेदांत के प्रचार का, वहीं आचार्य भगवान की एक मूर्ति लगनी चाहिए।
A magnanimous 108 feet tall statue of oneness of Adi Guru Shankaracharya in his child form will be consecrated to enlighten the whole world with Vedanta philosophy from Mandhata Parvat.
आप अद्भुत बात देखिए, जैसे इस विचार का प्रकटीकरण मैंने किया संतों के सामने, अपूर्व उत्साह की लहर फैल गई। सारे श्रेष्ठ संतों ने कहा कि निश्चित तौर पर ये करना चाहिए, हम साथ हैं।
In the true spirit of Advaita, the great saints of Bharatvarsh led the Ekatma Yatra, the journey of oneness, collecting metal required for the statue of oneness, soil and water from more than 23,000 Gram Panchayats of Madhya Pradesh. Crores participated, and the grand initiative culminated on 22nd January 2018 as the Ekatma Parva, where the Bhumi Pujan for the statue of oneness was conducted.
मूर्ति के साथ साथ ही विचार आया अद्वैत लोक बनाया जाए, और अद्वैत लोक के साथ आदिगुरु शंकराचार्य अंतरराष्ट्रीय अद्वैत वेदांत संस्थान भी बने, जो केवल मध्य प्रदेश में नहीं, देश में भी और दुनिया में भी एकात्मता के भाव का प्रचार प्रसार करे, ताकि मनुष्य और मनुष्य की दूरियां समाप्त हो जाए और फिर ये प्रकल्प बनो एकात्म धाम का प्रकल्प।
State-of-the-art Shankar Museum named Advaita Lok, an international Advaita Vedanta Institute, will be established under the guidance of the Sant Samaj of India. In the coming years, modern laser, light, water, and sound shows focused on the knowledge of Upanishads will become the center of attraction for thousands of devotees visiting every day. Advaita One, spread over 36 hectares, will preserve the natural greenery of Omkareshwar. On the other bank of Narmada, 4 important education centers, Gurukul, Library, and Sharda Mandir, will be built under the International Advaita Vedanta Institute. Today, the world is troubled with wars, conflicts, and merciless exploitation of Mother Nature. Under the physical manifestations of these problems lies the fundamental ignorance of duality. Dispelling these differences with the light of Advaita Vedanta will usher the world into an era of peace and bliss.
मैं आप सबसे अपील करूं, अद्भुत एकात्म धाम बनेगा एकात्म की यात्रा लगातार जारी है, विश्व शांति के लिए, मनुष्य मात्र में भेदभाव की समाप्ति के लिए, धरती को आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए रहने लायक बनाने के लिए आप इस एकात्मता की यात्रा में हमारे साथ शामिल होइए ना। आइए आप भी ओंकारेश्वर एकात्मता धाम पधारिए।
Acharya Shankar's Gyan Bhumi calls upon us. The message of oneness calls upon us. Welcome to Ekatma Dham, a global center for oneness, to universalize the timeless wisdom of Advaita Vedanta.
Shiva, Shiva, मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानिना न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः.
This was the documentary about Shankaracharya's this project, which in fact gave nice visuals and the entire idea in short. We now will be heading towards some details of that particular thing. Nothing more is left out. In fact, that documentary has made so many points very nicely clear. So some points we have to look into. This is one PDF about the project in short. Now, this project will be located at Omkareshwar. There are two main sites, so to say. One is the Ekatma Dham, which is museum. Not exactly museum, but we do not have any word for that. Museum generally means some old artifacts are kept there for display, but there is no such thing as such. It's not amusement park also. So this particular, so to say, museum is one site, and another site is Acharya Shankar International Institute of Advaita Vedanta. So in the first site, at the first site, it is named as Advaita Lok. There are some major attractions planned. So we have to go to the details of those. Before that, the statue which will be erected is this particular image coming out. It's actually conceived by well-known artist Vasudev Kamath, the best portrait painter India has today. And that is now being taken as the base or the baseline figure on the basis of which the statue is constructed. So those details will be coming up later. The statue height, as it is said in the documentary, it is 108 feet from head to toe, and below the statue from the feet till the ground around 73 feet height. So 73 plus 108, that will be the actual height from the ground level. And the statue stands on a building, and the building surrounding it carries this particular exhibition, which has all these galleries. The galleries are exhibition galleries: Advaita Narmada Vihar, Laser and Sound Show, Maya Vedanta Interpretation Center, Widescreen Theatre, Panchayat and Temple, Advaita Kalagram, Nididhyasan Kendra and Annapurna. The exhibition galleries are dedicated to Acharya Shankara's life. Generally, those are called dioramas. Animatronics is the word generally used. Animated through electronics. Some such things are depicted there. There will be 7 galleries, and each gallery will have around 5 main incidents, 3 main incidents, and those incidents are selected from the life of Shankara, and those will be displayed in those galleries. There is Advaita Narmada Vihar. The concept is, if anyone of you visited the Dham at Delhi, there is a boat ride. So this Advaita Narmada Vihar is actually a boat ride. On both the banks of this particular boat ride, there will be the major saints of, or the contributors of Advaita. Some are saints, some are writers, and also people who have contributed to the progress of Advaita. They are selected and those will be depicted. So their life and message in short will be displayed through various kinds of modern and traditional ways. That is Advaita Narmada Vihar. There will be a laser and sound show. There were some visuals in that. Some will be coming up in another PDF also. In the evening, there will be one laser and sound show depicting some stories, selected stories from the Upanishads about Advaita Vedanta. There is one Maya Gallery or Vedanta Interpretation Center, sort of planetarium, we can say, to compare with, to give some idea, we can say planetarium sort of thing, wherein the modern technologies will be used, 3D hologram, etc., whatever coming up. The idea through this is to convey the core concepts of Advaita Vedanta in a simplified and visual manner, so that people can grasp it and feel it. So that is a very attractive part and difficult also, because to bring the abstract ideas in a concrete form, the Brahma being formless, and that is to be depicted through forms only, that becomes very difficult. But somehow there will be some plan to do it. There will be a widescreen theater wherein around 40 to 45 minutes life story of Shankara will be displayed. Widescreen theater is dedicated for that. The capacity will be around 500 persons one time, and the shows will run in batches. Near this statue, there will be one Panchayatan temple. The Shankaracharya has a great contribution of reviving the Panchayatan form of worship. Various denomination or the cults keep quarreling all over the world. Hinduism also had that difficulty. Everybody dominating, saying that our God, our deity is the better one, etc. But to solve that, Hinduism had a traditional form to take the prominent deities and keep them together and worship each deity. However, the deity which is near to one, that can be placed at the center and worshipped specially, but should not ignore other deities. So that is Panchayatana, 5 deities taken together, and that actually settles many quarrels in India, and Shankaracharya revived it. It was there previously, but Shankaracharya very nicely revived, and that's why one temple dedicated to this Panchayatana form of worship will be coming up by the side of this particular museum. There will be Nididhyasana Kendra. This Advaita Kalagram actually should be below. Nididhyasana Kendra is, there will be one meditation center, guided meditation center, wherein meditation according to Advaita Vedanta will be taught. It will be guided one, and around 150 to 200 will be the capacity. These are main attractions about the depictions or the presentations. Advaita Kalagram is actually the, in a way, shop area where various articles about worship, books, India, various cultural forms of garments, etc., which are related to the traditional part, will be showcased there. That is Advaita Kalagram. And Annapurna is one major attraction. That is, Annapurna is related to food. Big hall and kitchen, etc., will be developed, wherein food from 4 quarters, as Shankaracharya established 4 mathas in 4 corners. So likewise, from 4 corners, the representative food will be served there. And since it is in Madhya Pradesh, so Madhya Pradesh representative food also will be served. That is Annapurna. This is more or less the contents of the museum. And on the other hand side, this is on the other hand side of the on Narmada River, this is Advaita Acharya Shankara International Institute of Advaita Vedanta. This is the museum is dedicated to showcase the things through various art forms, screen, theaters, and many such things. Whereas actual discussion, studies, research, seminars, camps, etc., will be conducted by this particular institute, and this will act as a, as it is said, coordination center, research center, and resource center for study and promotion of Advaita Vedanta at global level, not just local level, at global level. That is the plan. In this particular institute, there will be Acharya Padmapada Center for Advaita Philosophy, Acharya Hastamalaka Advaita Center for Science, Acharya Sureshwara Advaita Center for Social Sciences, Acharya Totaka Advaita Center for Literature, Music and Arts, Maharshi Vedavyasa Advaita Library, Acharya Gaudapada Advaita Extension Center, Acharya Govinda Bhagavadpada Gurukul, and Sharda Temple. The idea is these centers actually are dedicated to promote that, to do research and promote, mainly, and extension, promotion through extension, publication, etc. So extension means this Acharya Gaudapada Advaita Extension Center will be dedicated to arrange various camps, residential camps, short-term, long-term camps will be arranged for various strata of people, village people, students, officers, national, international, etc., etc. So depending on the cross-section and need, various camps will be planned, and this center will be arranging those camps, and the course material and resource persons will be provided by all these centers, mainly the Advaita Philosophy Center. There will be one center dedicated to do research on the parallels of Advaita Vedanta and science. Also, the impact of Advaita Vedanta on the social sciences. If we can evolve any strategy for society on the basis of Advaita Vedanta, what attempts were made in the history about bringing Advaita to the forefront and for the benefits of people, some such research is to be done through this, so that the society will be benefited. And Advaita, how far Advaita is there in the literature, music and arts, and how far it can be developed, historical and future, both perspectives will be taken care of through this particular center. This is the idea. This Vedavyasa library is dedicated to the Vedavyasa, because he has written many books, Mahabharata and Puranas and all, he himself being a big library. So it is dedicated to him. There will be one Acharya Govinda Bhagavadpada Gurukul. The idea is, since Shankaracharya came to Madhya Pradesh, Omkareshwar, and he stayed there for almost 3 to 4 years under the tutelage of Govinda Bhagavadpada. In a way, he studied at the Gurukul of Govinda Bhagavadpada. Actually, he studied in a Gurukul at Kaladi itself, but real instructions of Advaita Vedanta he received from Advaita Govinda Bhagavadpada. So, a Gurukul dedicated to Acharya Govinda Bhagavadpada, wherein there will be students from all walks of life who will be studying. The courses will be running up to +2, 12th standard. And this center will not actually run the courses of undergraduate and postgraduate. Mostly research and some such programs will be there. So this Gurukul ends at a +2 level. And after that, the students will go to various other places to pursue the further studies. There is one place very important attached to Shankara's life when he went to Kashmir and Sarvagya Pitha Arohan, as it is said, the place where he won the debate, and that particular gate, south gate, was opened only after Shankaracharya, and that is actually the Sharda temple, which is now in Pak occupied Kashmir, only in ruins. It is very difficult to even imagine what was the actual shape, but whatever the impression is possible, that will be reconstructed here. So that is Sharda temple on the lines of the temple which is dilapidated at the Pak occupied Kashmir. These are the things planned in the research institute. Advaita Vedanta Acharya Shankar International Global Center. Actually, here some words are missing. It is a global center. It will be catering to the coordination of various Advaita institutes and research works and publication and camps. So these are two major parts. Some few things about location, etc., and land parcel and some such details are also to be conveyed. We have less time. To popularize Advaita Vedanta, museum and the research institute or the international institute are two things. But this particular trust or Nyasa has various other programs already going on or to be taken up, like Shankar Vyakhyan Mala. A scholar monk of Advaita Vedanta is chosen, and every month he delivers one lecture on various topics of Advaita Vedanta. That is going on. The Acharya Shankara has written many good stotras, so those are to be brought to forefront. Some are there, but almost all should be. So best singers from India will be selected, and there will be rendering. So that is one plan. Shankar Sangeet, Advaita Utsav. Some seminars, etc., conducting has happened. So that is Advaita Utsav. Every year there are around 6 youth camps going on. Around 50 students participate in each camp. The government arranges for the journey expenses, and the residential all the expenses are borne by the government, and the youth join those camps, and 6 camps a year. That is the plan going on. Very successful activity. Paintings, workshops and exhibitions about the life and philosophy of Shankara, or the life of Shankara and Advaita philosophy. It is not Shankara's Advaita, it is Advaita. So life and philosophy of Shankara, a bit difficult to say. So some such workshops are arranged and being arranged for depicting the work, life and life of Shankara and Advaita Vedanta philosophy. Before the Corona's arrival, there were some Advaita Jagran Shivars going on. Those are to be revived, especially on Sundays. Some monk will be visiting some school, and in the morning and in the evening some college, and will be interacting with the students and answering their queries, etc., etc. So these are some other activities taken up by Nyas. Some details about the museum are necessary to be shown. I will just go to another More time to go to this project details. Some details. This particular image is drawn by Mr. Vasudev Dikshit, and on the basis of this, the statue is coming up. Some details about this. The age which is chosen here is around 11 years of age, because Shankaracharya came at the age of 8 to Omkareshwar, and he left from Omkareshwar at the age of around 11. So he is setting his foot for spreading the Vedanta. That's why this particular, he has started walking from Omkareshwar to spread Vedanta. That's why this particular image is chosen, and age, etc. is taken up. And he was sannyasi, so the garb of sannyasa and danda, etc. These are the things. So idea behind selecting some such statue is this. That is how the artist has conceived it. There is Bhagwan Rampure from Solapur is the person who is taking that portrait into the statue form, and his job is to take it to 11 feet, and after that 108 feet will be done by one Chinese company. That is also going on. The work is in progress. For the museum, the Indian architecture will be used. For that, we have the modern architect doesn't have the studies of traditional architecture. So we have these traditional architects, Viren Trivediji and Vipul Trivediji. They are called generally Sompuras, and the style they do is, that is Nagar style. So the museum part will be in the Nagar style, and the institute will be in the South Indian style. There are some such South people from South also as a team members. These are the teams. We'll skip and go ahead. Architect team. For the consultancy part, CP Kukreja is the company for the consultancy, and for execution, Meinhardt. For exhibition, some names are getting. Design Habit is the firm. Meinhardt got down. Well, it is after this. PMC team. This is the Meinhardt. They are the team, executing team. The project is broken into 4 parts: statue, museum, the International Institute, and the residential campus related to it. So these are 4 major components. At present, only the statue part is awarded to the contractor, that is L&T. And what has happened? Why should it run? Some visuals. These are the visuals here. Statue. This is the statue. Here there will be laser, water, and sound show. People will be sitting around here, and various exhibitions will be through these buildings. And there will be this particular area now will be developed into a thick forest, Advaita 1. That is the idea. Location wise, this is Narmada river flowing down. This is downstream. This is Omkareshwar town here. And this is the place where Omkareshwar Jyotirlinga is there. And this particular hillock is called as Mandhata Parvat or Omkar Parvat. And this is the location for statue and the museum. There will be a bridge connecting to this side. So this is at near to this Omkareshwar town, there is a hillock. Here there will be a research institute. So these are the 2 major sites And this is the place the Gurukul is coming up. And these are the areas related to the accommodation sort of thing coming up here. So these are major parts, and this is information center near to the main road, public information, project information center. These are the components and the location where the things are located. Some technical details, how much land is actually taken up and going on, but not necessary now. This is a timeline. Important part is for the museum tender will be called in May 2023, institute June 2023, museum institute date of award of tender by August 2023, date of completion of museum and both institute by August 2026. This is the timeline of the project. However, the statue part will be inaugurated in coming August. That is the plan. Only the statue part, the building below it and the statue. Not the complete building also, some part, because there are two detached setups. So that is how the plan is. The statue construction has already, even some parts are already shifted to the site because it is fabricated in China and transported to the site. So some parts already transported. So that work is in progress with much speed because the date is already set. These are some of the places where it is showing what is located where, but at present, since there is time constraint, we don't go into the details. However, some little walkthrough. This is Narmada River flowing here. People can walk up here, and from here they will enter. The bridge will carry people, and they can alight here and enter. So this will be the entry. People coming out from here and entering through this particular south plaza. Here there will be Sri Yantra, and people from here can walk up the stairs and go to the statue directly. There will be lift arrangement from both the sides. They can go to the statue through the lifts. And these are the exhibition areas. Once they enter this particular building, from there they will be taken through various circuits so that they go to the exhibitions. And at the end, they will be coming out and walking from behind. This is the place where the temple, Panchayat and temple is located. This is high screen theater. This is Maya, or the Srishti Gallery or Maya Gallery. This is Advaita Kalagram, the things on sale, so to say, religious articles, etc. This place is the food part, Annapurna, and the persons will exit from here and walk through this pathway and come back to this area again, and then they can go away by this way or that way. So this is more or less a flow inside the museum. Some visuals from here about this is the Onkar Parvat, and this is Onkarnath temple. This is the site of the statue. This bridge will come up anew. It's not there. This also is not there. It's going on, halfway done. At present, what is the situation? Because running out of time. So how far the things have come up? Work in progress. Time lapse. Second time lapse camera. This is the level of construction. This particular thing is actually the pedestal of the statue. So this will, when it will be completed, statue will come above this. And this is the Mandhata Parvat site. The work is in progress. These are some images about the statue. What is going on at China. So these are some of the images. This is the work going on at China. Yeah. So this, we have time limit. I have not exceeded.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yeah.
We have finished on time. Do you have any concluding remarks, Swamiji, before we take up any questions?
Concluding remarks, it's actually what I should say from the monastic side, government taking up such projects is very rare. First of all, a government takes up some such project which is in a way religious in nature, I feel. But since the idea is very grand, as the respected Chief Minister said, the idea of oneness is very necessary for the peace of the world. So that is actually the goal. And for that, the government is investing. It is not for promotion of any religion or promotion of any sect or denomination of any religion. But since he himself is postgraduate in philosophy, gold medalist I have heard. So the Chief Minister thought that philosophical solution to the problems is through the propagation of idea of oneness, and for that the government must take up something, because as we see all over world, the language of division and what you say, conversion and so many things going on. But this particular idea speaks unity of the soul and peace of the world. So very important, and the government's initiative is to be appreciated, I think. And that's how I am connected to the project also. So that's all. That's what I would say.
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for a very detailed overview of the project, the vision, and where it stands today. And you mentioned that the Statue of Oneness will be finished by the end of this year. Is it this year itself, or is
by
it?
August?
Okay. So basically, they are bringing a prefabricated statue, and then they will be fixing up on the pedestal in
the statue comes by some plates, and this big statue is actually the assembly of some plates. So plates are coming, those will be assembled here. From inside there will be still structure holding the plates in place. So that superstructure will be there. Once it comes up, the plates will be placed there and will be held up. At some places there will be welding, but more or less the loose plates will be kept so that it accepts the impact of weather, heat and wind, everything.
So what material is the statue being constructed?
It is multi-metal. It's not ashtadhatu as such, as for the better combination of strength and all. So it is multi-metal.
Okay, wonderful. So you also mentioned that there will be a Gurukulam. So this Gurukulam will it be teaching traditional subjects such as Veda, Shastra, etc., or it will be a modern school, so to speak? Only.
Focus will be on the traditional scriptures. However, they should also understand what the modern science wants to say. But after coming out from the schools, they won't be going to engineering and medical as such, but they will be going to the core field of philosophy and Sanskrit, etc. because the curriculum will be heavy on Sanskrit content. So naturally, they have much backup of the Sanskrit part. So that empowers them to take up Sanskrit subjects and go for career in that particular sector.
Wonderful, wonderful, Swamiji. One of the questions that we have received is, what are the environmental? Is the project also focusing on environmental friendly aspects, also being environmental?
Yeah, we since we do not have time, so otherwise there is one slide dedicated for that. What all the factors are taken into, like complete waste management. Nothing will be led to the river or the things outside. It will be processed. So waste management is there. Whatever in little numbers, the tree cutting, etc. happened. So already there are government rules in place that you have to plant so many trees and do the work. So that is also complied with. Moreover, as far as possible, since it being sort of building which is the construction itself should be very attractive. So we can't go for massive what you say solar energy, but wherever it is possible, the project will try to harness solar energy. And there are two parts on the Mandhata Mount. So the major half portion is already taken up by the Nyasa, and thick forest will be planted there. Now it's the cover is very less. So thick forest will be coming up. So it's there is there is positive environmental impact, not negative. So that much I can say, that is very much taken into account.
Wonderful, wonderful, Swamiji. And this you mentioned about the library and also coming up. So that library will be having both digitalization and such works, or it will be only physical?
The idea is to have physical books, digital forms, also the manuscript library as far as possible, because there are 50 lakh manuscripts. Out of that, 10 lakh are documented and 40 lakhs are not even cataloged. So there is a plan so that at least the manuscript related to Advaita Vedanta or Vedanta can be taken up by these research centers and published. So there will be manuscript library part also attached to it. Again, study room also attached to it. So these will be the sections in the library.
Are there any plans for including translations of unpublished, untranslated works also of Vedanta related?
The plan is, what we plan is get the already translated works and present them to in a digital and physical format. Mostly many translations means generally digital format, as we have Gita Super Site, etc. Some good works already there. Ashtadhyayi.com is another very nice example of Advaita Sharda is one example, but they do not have translations. They dedicate to the Sanskrit books only, Advaita Sharda. These are some of the platforms where we see very good work happening. So best part of that will be combined, and the books will be presented in the digital form, but which is available now. In future, the research centers will take up the translations of the unpublished or untranslated works, so that those become available to the people who are interested.
Oh, wonderful, Swamiji. You mentioned in your presentation about the Sureshwaracharya Center, Padmaparacharya Center. So will these be, I mean, you mentioned these are the centers of science, social science, humanities, etc. So there the research, will it be focusing on how Advaita Vedanta can be contextualized into these streams, or it will be, what will be the focus of these centers?
There is one center is dedicated to Advaita philosophy. So its major portion is focus on the theoretical aspects of the Advaita Vedanta, teaching, research, and building some courses. The science department or the science center, we have, as we claim, the Vedas are the revelations. They carry the truth, not dogmas. However, those come through deeper levels of meditation. At that level, the truth gets revealed to the rishis, and that is presented by them. But they did not give any modern science method to verify that. Modern science goes by like empirical, verifiable experimentation. So, but that is not the thing there. So, can that be done to some extent? They have presented the truth, but we have to put it in the modern language of modern science so that people appreciate it, they can understand it. Otherwise, people think dogma. It's a dogma. If it is not, because the thought pattern is evolved that it should be presented through the modern science language. So as far as possible, some parallels will be drawn, or it will be presented in that language. So that is the attempt behind that.
And the social science centers, Swamiji, the Sureshwaracharya.
Social sciences, society is governed by social sciences, so to say, social mechanism. So previously also, as the society, as a Hindu society, at various epochs, various people have tried to guide the society to make some culture. We have Vedic period, then Purana period, Sutra period, and also Bauddha period, various periods, and they have marked different lifestyles, so to say. But the impact is coming from some philosophy or somebody's life, or from some books. As one example, Bhagavan Krishna says that instead of worshipping Indra, better worship the Govardhana, and they're lifting the Govardhana and all such things. So that has impacted a lot. Many Vedic practices went down and new practices came up. So how in history these forms have impacted the life and the forms of worship and many things, and how it can be done in future, so that the same goal is attained in the changed lifestyle, because after coming of science and democracy and also forms, the traditional life pattern has changed. It's difficult to lead the traditional way of life, very difficult. So in the changed perspective also, how a society should behave so that it achieves the same goal. So that is one very important aspect to be taken care of this by this particular center.
Wonderful. That's wonderful, Swamiji. So I think the project is very multifaceted and has multiple dimensions to it. One last question, Swamiji. Is there any arrangement for handicapped and seniors to reach various buildings? Is that part of the consideration?
That is called barrier free. So that is already there. That has to be there. There are bylaws also for some such public projects. So that is already taken care of.
Another final question, Swamiji, very quickly. In this construction of these buildings, the various buildings of the projects, are there elements from Indian architecture, Indian temple architecture, and other things are considered as well?
The structural part is from the modern architecture, because we have, the moment there is cement and reinforced concrete, it comes under the modern technology, architect and engineering. However, that will be the structure supporting the things. Whatever depictions there will be from the Indian architect only. That's why, as I showed there, the Sompuras are roped in. So, though the structural part is from the modern science or the modern architect, the entire feel will be traditional only. From any angle, it will be traditional look and feel.
Wonderful, wonderful, Swamiji. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for coming on our program for the festival and doing this wonderful, very absolutely fascinating presentation. I think the project itself is so fascinating, and we are all waiting for it to complete, so that it will be a very a multi-dimensional visit, to there will be modern elements that will appeal to modern younger audience, but it will also be rooted in the values which are Sanatana and traditional. So I am personally also looking forward to the visit the Dham once it is completed. So with this note, on the behalf of entire team of Indica Moksha and all our viewers, we thank you for taking time for this.
Thank you also for giving the opportunity to speak. Very happy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. Viewers, tomorrow morning we have another talk by Manjushri Hegde. She will be speaking on narrative and insight, metaphors and stories in the philosophy of Shankara. So don't miss. Join tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Shri Gurubhyo Namah.